system, just the CMYK orange and violet, you are able to hit 97% of the Pantone book within a delta E of 2 or below. Thanks to the Flexo stations, that enables you to hit 100% of the Pantone. If you have a specific color like a green, which is difficult to achieve on any press, you can simply run that green with your Flexo station. The beauty of the full integration of the Mark Handy Digital Series machine and the architecture of the press means we can have the rail traversing the whole length of the press. So this means if you want cold foil down first, as we had with the first job you saw, you can take the cold foil from print station 1 or traverse it all the way to print station 6, 7, or 8. Being fully modular, you could start with just a simple digital engine, roll to roll. You could add 1 Flexo, 2 Flexo, as many Flexo stations as you want. You could add your die station, a vertical semi-rotary, a vertical full rotary, a semi-rotary QC-DC, or full rotary QC-DC. You could add cold foil. You could add hot stamping. You can add embossing. You can add all those requirements and upgrade your press as your business grows. The Mark Handy Digital Series HD, being fully modular, enables you to be future-proof and grow your business as your business grows for you. So you see here, Michael is just bringing, Greg, sorry, is just bringing through the polypropylene. And there he goes with the next job. So it's a 88 to 90% opacity white, single pass at true production speeds. Michael will now set up the QC-DC. Here is reteaching the sensor. The previous material was a white material with a blue master mark. He's now setting up the silver material, reteaching the sensor so it follows a white mark. The beauty of the Digital Series HD, because it's fully created and made by Mark Handy, we have full control now and in the future. Because of the design, we are fully integrated from the software to the controls to the hardware. You have options where the Flexo can follow the digital can follow the Flexo. You have second pass if you want to run, say, for example, first pass with versioning variable data, laminate your second web, put it back through the press and print on the top web. It's ideal for promotions, security work, so on and so forth. So Michael will now take up the skeletal matrix. I can see in the background Greg looking at me because I keep calling him Michael. Here he's just taking the matrix up to the advanced waist wind-up. Now the press can be fitted with a standard vertical waist wind-up or the advanced waist wind-up as you see here within this video. So that's it. Within a few minutes, Greg has managed to change over from a polypropylene 50 micron to a silver polypropylene 50 micron. Here you see the job. You would believe that was a white substrate rather than a digital white on a silver substrate. So following this stream here, we are going to go over to our Mark Handy Digital Pro 3, which is a 13-inch CMYK toner press. So there we have it, 73 meters a minute, heavy coverage white. If you'd like more information about the Mark Handy Digital Series or any of the other machines you'll see here today, please send it into our Q&A. Following the presentations, we'll try and answer as many questions as possible, or we'll reach out to us and we can come back to you with your answers. If you'd like to see any of the samples we're running today, again, just reach out to us at marketing and we'll be more than happy to help you. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching the Digital Series HD. We're now going to move over to the Digital Pro toner machine. Okay, would we
Okay, so if in a few seconds we should see our Digital Pro machine, so give us 2-3 seconds more just to move our team to the machine. Okay, so I see that our team will be ready in 2 seconds. This is the live show, so forgive us any breaks, but this is the proof that we do everything as a live presentation. So I hope that this will be not a big mistake from our side. So we will start the Deep Pro in few seconds. We have to just connect the camera with our presenter again, because we are in our demo room in Warsaw. It's a big room, so we have to move to the another machine just to show the Pro right now. So thank you for your patience.
Okay, and welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. We wouldn't be live TV without some hiccups. We're just about to show you now the Mark Andy Digital Pro. Currently running at the moment is a silver 50 micron polypropylene, 3 different versions of a T-label. Quite a crazy design, but in this modern day and age, with thousands of microbreweries, we know how much people like their designs. In the past, printers used to cringe at some of the designs that people came up with. With the beauty of digital technology now, gone are the days of limitations on what you can print. Thanks to digital as well, gone are the days of not being able to run multi-SKUs or multi-versions. The particular machine you see here today is the Mark Andy Digital Pro. It's a 13-inch CMYK toner press. I'm going to move out the way now so we can actually get a close-up on the machine. This particular model is it's the bigger brother to the original launch of the Digital One. We launched the Digital One in 2017. It had a single flexo station, a full rotary vertical die station, and only one flexo. It was limited to about 11 meters per minute. So when we launched this, even the success of the launch took us by surprise a little. So following the launch of the Digital One, we went to the market and got customer feedback. This feedback was, we need semi-rotary die cutting. So from this, we added a semi-rotary die cut. Below, you can see the shuttle unit. People said we need faster speeds. The Digital Pro runs at 23.4 meters per minute. People said we'd like to be able to do a second pass. So we added second pass reinsertion. People also said it's only a CMYK engine. We'd really like to have a Flexo Y. Here you can see the CMYK toners before the digital engine. As I said, customers were saying, we need white for clear, for silver. So we added a second Flexo station before the digital engine. This enables you to run a Flexo white and then print clear on clear or silver material such as you see today. The second Flexo station after the digital engine allows you to do gloss varnish, matte varnish, cold foil. As you see today, we're running a Kurtz holographic foil. You can also run lamination, either wet glue, or if you wish to print a Pantone spot color in the Flexo station, you could then run a self-wound or a pressure-sensitive lamination afterwards on the second nip. Following the semi-rotary die station, we have the waste wind up and then into the slitting station. Customer feedback as well was we prefer more slitting options. So we added crush knife and razor knife. If you're running the larger runs, which the Digital Pro now enables you to do, you can run a master roll like we're running today and send this to your slitting rewinding. If you want to run finished rolls to send direct to the customer, we have dual rewind available. Both of these are 20-inch. The unwind on the Digital Pro is a 30-inch unwind. We then go into a splice table, a web cleaner, again, which is critical to avoid contaminants into the digital engine. The Flexo station, this is optional. You don't have to take this at the start. As your business grows, and again, as you expand, you can add this at a later date. Following that, we have the digital engine. And above this, you will see the bypass bridge. This is another addition following customer feedback. This allows you, if you're not running the digital side, to use just the Flexo stations or just the die cutting and bypass the digital engine. It means you can increase your speed up to 60 meters per minute, and you could run single color wash, 2 Flexo colors, or just die cut your short run blank jobs. Michael, could you just give us an overview, please, of the operator screen? So here we have the main menu showing you your controls. This particular screen will show you the level of the toner you have. So when your toner gets to critical level, you can simply pull the tube out, replace it, and carry on running. This is your job queue. So on the left, you can see the current job that's running, and then you have all your jobs queued up. Now, people are wondering how maybe you send the jobs to the machine. It's quite a simple way. With a simplified onboard RIP, you can simply send the jobs over Wi-Fi directly to the machine, or as we're doing here today, connect your laptop, add the pen drive, put your file on a pen drive, load the job straight to the machine. We have many different software packages. One of them enables your operator to step and repeat your jobs. So you won't have to take your studio time or external prepress. You can put up a single one-up file and then tell the job to step and repeat, as you can see here. The press has full servo control with closed loop tension, so servo all the way through the machine. And thanks to the servo technology, as I mentioned, you can run second pass. So this enables you to do dual layer coupon labels on this type of machine. So that was sort of quite a brief overview of the Digital Pro. Again, if you would like any samples or more information, please just reach out to us and we're happy to send them over to you or answer later on in the Q&A. The next machine we will be showing you today is the Evolution Series E3 press. This is one of our latest flexo presses, and it's a full servo press, but at a mechanical press price point. So we're going to move over there in just a moment. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Urszula Lewandowska. I'm the production manager here in Artibau. We are a strictly inkjet digital label print house based just outside of Wrocław, Poland. We started in 2012 on approximately 85 square meters. Now we have just finished the construction of our new 1,400 square meters headquarters. From the beginning, it has been our philosophy to teach our customers the benefits of digital inkjet labels. But at some point, we have decided that it's not enough for us and also for our customers. So in 2016, we have bought Markendi Digital Series. We were the first company in Europe to do that. It allowed us to produce labels with various varnishes, cold stamping, peel-off labels within a few working days, which gave us an incredible advantage. Now we have bought a second Markendi Hybrid HD, and now we can produce labels even faster in an even better quality, and yeah, that's basically it.
My name is Dominik Głowacki. I'm the owner of MD Labels. Company MD Labels was established 2017. We bought first Markendi Digital Series 5 years ago and start this business. As we had a lot of orders for digital premium labels, we decided a few months ago to buy second Markendi Digital HD versions. Once you have two Mark ND digital series hybrid machines, you can easily satisfy your customers' needs on demand.
So welcome back again after the customer testimonials you just saw there from MD Labels and Artie Bow, who are both Polish customers and on their second Mark Andy inkjet presses. Behind me is the Evolution Series E3 press. We launched the Evolution Series in 2019 at Label Expo, Brussels. The Evolution Series E5 has gone on to great success. Last year alone, we installed over 50 Evolution Series E5 presses in Europe alone. So that's almost one a week we were installing. Again, following customer feedback, we like to get the market feedback of what they like, what's required. Customers wanted a more simplified version, a true workhorse, something like the Mark Andy 2200 press, but with modern technology. So we simplified a few points and created the Mark Andy Evolution Series E3. This particular press still uses the Performance Series printhead design with load and lock technology. The base is on a 4 and a 4 configuration. This means it's available in 4 or 8 colors. The press is full servo from unwind through to rewind with 2 servos per print station. Optional auto register and pre-register. Options of things like chill drums, the waist wind up, the rail items, which I'll go into in more details. The Evolution Series E3 is a true workhorse label press. It's designed for your pressure sensitive materials. If you wish to run shrink, unsupported films, we can help you move up with the Evolution Series E5 or the Performance Series range of presses. The Performance Series P7 goes from a 13-inch width, 330 millimeters, up to 22-inch, a 560 millimeter print width. The Performance Series P9 is available as a 26-inch, so 660 millimeter wide, flexible packaging press. We're going to start now showing you the setup of the machine to show you how easy the operation is. This is Greg, Mark Andy's very own Rocky Balboa. As you can see here, thanks to the design of the printhead, Greg simply drops the cylinder in, and thanks to the disc gauge bearer design, he can lock the cylinder in and change from a small repeat to a large repeat without changing any settings. When he locks, you can see the print cylinder spins at a faster speed than they are now. This is the register mark, a pre-register mark, reading a mark on the tool on the print cylinder, and it's telling each cylinder the position they need to be in. Greg will now simply go on to print. Here we have cold foil down first, so we'll be using that as a master mark. We're then going to overprint with 5 colors, including CMYK. This enables you to create metallic effects using systems such as Color Logic, so you can have multiple color effects using just one foil and then CMYK. As soon as the first color comes through, we call this the master. It prints a master mark, normally a 5mm by 5mm mark. The sensors will then pick up this mark and position the plates. So if we come in for a closer look here, so once the print comes through, Greg hits on his control, search for the mark, print. So you can see there, thanks to the 2 sensors, the pre-register and the auto-register, the plates automatically position themselves in the correct position within a fraction of a millimeter, depending on how accurate your plate mounting is. So you can see here, Greg is actually in advance of the web register. So he's setting the machine up in only a few meters. The auto register system also helps to almost de-skill. It's perhaps not the right word. But in this modern day, with a shortage of the skilled workers or the printing industry not bringing in so many young people as ideally we would all like, this automation helps you bring in people like the apprentice schemes and successfully train them up to become skilled operators of the press. So you can see here within just 2 print station lengths, we actually have all 6 colors, cold foil and 5 spot colors printing. Now this particular unit here is a full rotary vertical die station with easy access. Rather than just top access, you now have side access. This means you can load your magnetic cylinder and then place your magnetic plate onto the cylinder when already in the press. This avoids a lot of errors or damage to your magnetic plates. This particular machine is fitted with a Spilker micro gap. We can offer Wink, Cocker and Beck, all of the suppliers for your adjustable anvil. These are becoming almost standard on every press. With the environmental push and with changes in materials, you don't have a standard, say, 40 micron liner. You can have a 12 micron liner, a 15 micron liner, a 22 micron liner. And then you have the issue of the differences of caliper across the liner. Things like these adjustable anvils enable you to compensate for this and then still be able to run without having to wait for a new die remade at different height. Greg is now just taking the matrix up. And he will take it up to a standard vertical waist wind up. After this, we will go over to our Digital Series IQ, and you'll see the advanced waist wind up. The advanced waist wind up enables you to strip more difficult shapes at higher speeds. So Greg is now just going to make the final adjustments to register and the die cut, and he'll go to production speeds. So I think Greg is happy with his make ready here because he wants to show us all how quick he was. Good job, Rocky. So from your first color down, which this time is not a color, it's actually cold foil, to 4-color process, spot black, in register and die cut within about 8 feet of material. This is thanks to the auto register and the pre-register system. Just over here, we have a BST electromat, a BST tube scan, 100% inspection. Again, 100% inspection systems are becoming almost standard on all presses. It helps you reduce your customer rejections or errors, so it saves you time and money of having to reprint those jobs. So in true Rocky Balboa style, Greg has just gone right up to full production speed. The Evolution Series E3 is fitted with the same new patented web transport as we have across all our presses. This includes a 24-inch infeed and a 24-inch exit pacing drum. This is the same size as our impression drums. So it means throughout speed changes, you have solid register without any movement. So currently we're running at 130 meters per minute. This particular machine will go up to 152 meters a minute, which Rocky has now seen as his challenge. So we're running cold foil, spot black, CMYK, die cutting, and we're running at 152 meters per minute. Perhaps we can show the operator control. This is a simplified operator control panel. You can color specify each station so you know which color is in which station. The automatic register will actually hold the registration for the operator. So as you can see here now, Rocky is stood here with his hands in his pocket. This is how simple and automated the modern day Flexo press has become. Greg, thank you. So we're now going to move over to our newest digital offering, the Mark Andy Digital Series IQ, made in partnership with Domino. We will move over there in just a moment. Thank you. I think now we should So, welcome back. I'm sure you're all getting rather tired of my voice, but we're almost there now. Before we actually go over to the Digital Series IQ, I'm going to give a simplified version of a presentation which would have been given by Gretchen Tobel, our new product development manager, but unfortunately due to a delayed flight, she isn't here with us today. So I'm going to give you a brief overview of this. Mark Andy, again, listening with market feedback, is creating for, in the very near future, and our new generation of presses, full automation, and this includes data capture. So as the converter, you can link all your presses and then monitor real-time data. with only savings between or increases between 1 to 5%, the actual annual savings or increase in revenue is huge. As I said, this is going to be a simplified version, but we welcome you to reach out to us for a more in-depth overview or costing of how much you could potentially save using a new system. So it's the Mark Andy Intelligent Automation. The particular data capture system we have is Mark Andy Smart, obviously the emphasis on the MA. This is going to be not just a data capture system or linking into your MIS. It's going to become a closed loop system from order entry through to delivery to your customer. It will link your press to press, data capture, metrics, measurable data. The presses themselves will also become more automated with job recalls such as die cut setting, previous pressure settings, everything which in the past required a skilled or a more skilled operator is being taken out of the hands of the printer with the modern generation and automation cloud-based. So we have 4 pillars of the smart automation: the production, monitoring, and reporting. So this is your data capture. How much uptime did you have? On average, a Flexo press is only around about 45% uptime. So that means 55% lost production, potential production time. You'll never achieve 100%. But if you can move up to 60%, 70%, it increases the capacity, the volume, and potential revenue for your business. The second pillar is simplified setup. This is the automation part. Mark-to-mark reading, fully automated control, taking the setup out of the hands of the operator. This is again part of the FLIT operation. So this is recalling your previous jobs, not just certain parts, but the full setup. And then you have the end-to-end ERP. Couple of nice little tokens here, takeaways. Without data, you're just another person with an opinion. And my particular favorite by Peter Drucker, if you can't measure it, you can't improve it. And I think this is really key in the modern day and age. If you don't know how long your machine is down for, if you don't know how much production you have, how much production time, you really don't know where your business stands. The automated data collection will come directly from your press. This can be linked to a new machine or actually retrofitted to your legacy presses. This is the multi-platform version. You can tie it to your finishing machines. It can come from the data from receiving the file all the way to the file or the printed job leaving your factory. The cloud-based connectivity means you can view single press, multiple presses. As an owner, you can actually view this on your iPad, on your tablet. You can have it in your office. You can have it at home. You can have it on the screen in your production floor, which helps for almost a bit of healthy competition between the operators. This is just an example, one of the early examples of the controls you will have. So shift start, shift finish, changing consumables if it's a digital press, maintenance, repair, delays for you're waiting on substrate, you're waiting on a new cutter. All of this can be captured and it will enable you to see where within your business you have the bottlenecks or the areas to be improved. This is an example of a dashboard. Now, you could have this on your production floor, or you could just view it on your iPad from the office. It enables you to see your printing press, your slitter rewinder, the volume, the speed, how much material was actually used versus your estimated material. Have you underestimated? Have you overestimated? Again, where are these errors coming from? Perhaps you may look across your 3 machines and think, well, why is press number 2 not as efficient as 1 and 3? It will enable you to maybe give additional training to those operators and bring press number 2 up to the level of 1 and 3. This is the type of report you will receive. So we can all type of metrics. This can be sort of added, built, and basically adjusted or created to suit your business requirements. It can be as simple as you like or as in-depth as you like. Uptime, downtime, reason the press was stopped, splices, lunch break, so on and so forth. This will all be collected and based up on the cloud-based platform. So it enables you to run your monthly reports, weekly reports, daily reports. You can view this data at any point or any time of the day. So here you can compare those different presses. So it enables you to see perhaps this legacy press now needs to be upgraded to a more modern servo machine. You can base your business around and your next capital investment using this type of data. It may be your operator needs some additional training. Predictive maintenance. This is one of the other advantages of this remote connection and data capture. We can view on the modern day machines, your servo motors, your drives. Perhaps one of your drives is over temperature. This may point to a breakdown before it happens. So through this monitoring, we can tell you the health and status of your press. If we can see a drive is overheating, we can reach out and say, hey, look, we think there's a problem. Maybe you have a jam. There's too much tension on print station 7. One of your drives is overheating. Is the fan on the power pack broken? So again, it enables you to have the most uptime possible. So as I say, that was just my short overview for you all. We're now going to move on to the Digital Series IQ. Following that, we'll have the Q&A session where you can reach out with any questions or reach out at a future date to Mark Andy, and we're more than happy to help. Thank you. So for our final presentation of today is our latest digital offering, the Mark Andy Digital Series IQ. This is a partnership with Domino, integrating their digital N610i engine based around the Evolution Series E5 platform. Mark Andy has a full digital portfolio now. From your starting point with the Mark Andy Digital Pro, you can then move up to the mid-market machine, the Mark Andy Digital Series IQ with the Domino N610i engine. This offers a 600 dpi resolution. The Mark Andy Digital Series offers the higher speed and the 1200 dpi resolution. But this portfolio means if you wish to start small and grow as your business grows, we can offer you your entry level or platform. We can offer you the Digital Pro to release capacity from older machines such as a Mark Andy 2200. Any run below 1,000 meters per minute, put it onto a Digital Pro, it'll be far more profitable. When you move up to the longer runs, you can look at the Digital Series IQ. We offer a full trade-in package, so you can start small, grow as your business grows, and then potentially end up with the full commercial Digital Series HD. Perhaps you find you like the IQ so much, you can just take 2 of these. The Performance Series P5, again, is a fully modular platform. So you could start with a single Flexo before, a single flexo afterwards, you can have just an unwind, the digital engine, a rewind. You could add a die station. You could add 2 flexos, cold foil, lamination, hot foil. All of the options are available on the E5 you can have on the Digital Series IQ. Just a quick overview here, and then I'll pass over to Ruud Bos from Domino. Here we have a cantilevered unwind. This is a 40-inch, 1 meter unwind. Again, available in dual frame. The Digital Series IQ is available in a 13-inch, 330 millimeter web width. From there again, web clean and Corona. Important for these types of presses. You don't want any contaminants going into the digital engine. A particularly nice unit we have on today, and you'll see running in a moment, is the Kurtz Disto Run. One of our colleagues from Kurtz will be giving you a presentation shortly on this. The particular today, we're running using the differential shafts. We're running 3 different lanes of foil, a blue cold foil, a hollow lens foil, and then a rainbow effect liquid foil. This means we're running 3 separate foils to one job with a single unit. It's available for foil save. We've already used this foil. We're putting it back through again. You have the option also of holographic placement, but more of this will be covered later on in our presentation from Kurtz. We have 2 flexo stations here. These are fitted with Mercury UV. LED UV is also an option. We then have the Domino engine contained in here, and we have the most advanced integration between a flexo and a Domino unit with full control from our side. Here we have the press operator control. Nice simplified panel. Everything the operator needs to do can be operated from here. Again, we have our pre-register system. Here you can see the laser line, which reads the tooling mark. That tells the print where it needs to be, and this sensor tells the print where it should be. 2 more flexos afterwards. Again, this could be 1, it could be 2, it could be 3, it could be 4. Down here, we have a nice addition Mark Andy added, and you'll see on a lot of other digital presses now, is a Vitaphone Corona following the digital engine. When you come to overprint digital on a hybrid, if you go to an offline machine, you have a Corona. Inline, we added the Corona because as you come out of the digital engine, a lot of the inkjet, you have the surfactants, the silicons. We burn off the surfactants on the surface of the ink with the Corona, and then it gives you excellent adhesion and rub and scuff, whether you're adding foil or lamination or spot flexo. This is just the operator screen for our BST Electromat. It's a lovely little touchscreen system. Here you can see your Domino controls. So everything is located in one position for ease of operation. Here we then have the Mark Andy vertical semi-rotary die station. This is ideal for your mid-level inline hybrids. We have a camera here, so you can view your skeletal matrix. And then we go to the advanced waste wind up, which helps with difficult shape labels through the exit pacing into a cantilevered 40-inch rewind. So I'm going to pass over now to Ruud Bos, who's joined us all the way from the Netherlands. Ruud?
Thank you, Phil. Sound is good? Okay. Let me first introduce myself. My name is Ruud Bos. I am the OEM manager for Europe, and I work for Domino Printing. First of all, I would like to say that we are, as Domino, are very excited to have this partnership with Mark Andy. We truly believe that after a good start in the US, we will be able to work together here also in Europe and make this machine really successful. It's my pleasure to give you a brief overview of the Digital Series IQ, and I will do that in a minute. First of all, I would like to say that I believe that 2 trusted global brands working together and bringing a machine to the market that really can help converters to overcome their daily issues is key for this moment in the market. We all see daily challenges all over the world, and I think reliable systems are the most important to do our daily job and to make sure that every store in the world will get these labels in the right moment. We believe also that our 44 years of experience in the digital inkjet printing industry and our reputation of bringing reliable and quality like machines in the market is very good to start this partnership. The system that we are seeing here today, and I will go in a minute, I will go more in detail in it, is based on our Generation 6 technology. And I'm proud to say that we, in the meantime, have reached the milestone of having more than 1,000 installations worldwide using this technology. Now, let me go a little bit more in detail. So when the Mark Andy machine has done the first part of the job, the machine will come in on the bottom side of the machine. Of course, there is a splice unit because we don't want to have a splice hitting the print heads. Here we see a registration mark. We will pick up the signal that is printed earlier on in the process, and the domino is ready for print. On the left side, you see a double wide printing system. The double wide printing system will give you a very high density wide, and it also gives you the possibility to print textures. Now I understand that it's not that easy to show you in an online meeting what that means, but I'm sure the Mark Andy sales representative that will visit you sooner or later can show you some more of these samples. After the double wide bar, we have the pinning to control the wide drop. And after that, you're gonna print with the 6 colors, CMYK, orange and violet, that can bring you more than 92% of the Pantone range. Of course, combined with the hybrid solution, you will be able to always print 100% of the Pantone colors you need. After the colors, we do another pinning, and then we move to the down of the machine. We have the chilled roller and the GEW lamp, and we will cure the ink, and it will be full dry before it goes further in the system. The printing speed of this machine in high quality mode is 50 meters a minute. If you want to go to the high print speed, it's 70 meters. We don't use the wide then, but it still gives you the opportunity to combine your labels and print on the faster speed that's necessary. So I will close the doors now. We have 2 inks available for this system. We have our standard inks. These are very high density inks, also very suitable for durable labels and also for printing shrink sleeves. And we also have a migration compliant ink that is very useful for more food related markets. And this is according the Nestlé Swiss ordinance and UPR rules. To make this machine most reliable as possible, we also have implemented some of our iTech features. Well, I will not name them all. They are in the brochure, and you can find all kinds of information about that in the on the internet. But just to highlight 2 of them, we have the ActiFlow, where we will have a constant flow of the ink in and around the heads to prevent you from getting air bubbles. That is a possible risk, of course, for blocked nozzles. The second one, and that is very much appreciated by the operators who need to work with this machine, is that we have an automatic cleaning system. We call that the iTech Clean Cap. And within a minute, it is possible to clean the full system and your operator is ready for the next job. So all of this combined with the strengths and the reputation of the Mark Andy technology, I think we bring a machine to the market that is really helpful to overcome daily issues that every converter will find someday. Besides the fact that this machine can reduce your costs, it will definitely increase your productivity. And most important, maybe for most of us, it will bring the profitability from this system to a higher level. Thank you.
Ruud, thank you very much for your time. So we're just going to start the press running. I'm not going to talk too much longer. After myself, we'll have Marco from Kurtz, who will give us an overview of this wonderful disto run unit. You can have fixed shafts or the diff shafts if you want on multiple lanes. Just basically just to recap really about the Mark Andy digital portfolio. Not only can we offer you your Flexo press from a machine like the E3, a true label workhorse, all the way up to a 660 millimeter wide flexible packaging press. On the digital side, we can offer you the Mark Andy Digital Pro 3. We can then go up to the Mark Andy Digital Series IQ for your mid-level market, or we can go up to the Digital Series HD 1200 DPI resolution 73 meters per minute in all modes. There's no restrictions on your speed, on quality. Mark Andy actually has now the largest digital portfolio on the market. Stay tuned, because later on in the year, you'll hear some interesting news about a fourth addition to our digital hybrid portfolio. Going over some numbers, the Mark Andy Digital One and Digital Pro is over 250 installations globally now. The Digital Series HD is over 70 installations globally. This is the European launch of the Digital Series IQ. Within the US, we have 8 installations currently. So if you put all those numbers together, Mark Andy is in excess of 330 digital hybrids globally. This most likely makes us the world leaders in digital series technology. It also means we're one of the partners you should be looking at or coming to, whether it's your Flexo, your digital, or digital and Flexo. Mark Andy is a total solutions partner. We can help you from the front end with our highly skilled pre-press team, to the printing with our large team of print instructors and trainers, through to the maintenance, through to your post-press finishing. We can help you from the start through to the end. I think now maybe if we just have a short overview of the press, and then we'll go over to Marco to give his presentation on curves.
Hello from my side. My name is Marco Ordung. I'm the responsible sales manager at Kurz Germany for the Distoron cold transfer module. You already have seen it on the Mark Andy Digital IQ series. And I want to give you a short introduction about that in the next couple of minutes. Our Kurz Distoron cold transfer module is a compact built-on module which you can install on each Flexo or hybrid press on the market. Best solution would be in combination with the new Mark Andy press for sure. And it's up to the job. You have seen it maybe in a short overview on the before. There is potential to save the cold transfer product. Depending on the job, you can save a lot of cold transfer product. By a servo control technology, we are able to apply single images and as well continuous decors, including saving of that. You have seen it already on the machine. We are able to run up to 3 different tracks of cold transfer product, different widths, different designs. It doesn't matter. It's independent from each other. We developed it for sure for all types of Flexo printing machines in the market. So there is normally no problem to install it afterwards. As mentioned before, we are able to bring single images in position as well continuous decors, and via sensors, we are detecting the position of the glue and as well the position of the foil or of the single images. We have prepared a short video for you where you can see a little bit more in detail what we will do also behind me on the press. So hope this gives you a little bit more details what we can do with our code transfer module. You have seen it already. There are two main functions, a single image application and as well the foil saving for continuous decors. Single image application, for sure, it makes your product more unique, like what you have seen on the video or on the press behind me with our special FX code transfer product, for example, which creates you a 3D effect onto your label. And in web direction, we have accuracy of plus minus 0.3 millimeters. And as mentioned before, you are able to run up to 3 different tracks. And by monitoring of the register, we are also reducing the waste. Endless decors and foil saving. For sure, foil saving is quite important. It will save costs for each label you will print. And it's multiple uses depending on the design. For sure, you can see it on the screen with that blue code transfer product. We're able to use it up to 4 times. Depending on your application, could be only 2 times or 5 times. It's depending all the time on the application you have. But it's possible up to use up to 90% of that code transfer product. Yeah, what are your business benefits? For sure, you can make products more unique by apply single images, and you can make your product more sustainable because you are able to save a lot of raw material, code transfer products, and so on and so on. So at the end of the day, it will reduce your costs. You will be a part of more sustainability in the market. This was it from my side. I have to say thank you very much to Mark Andy to can participate on this great event. And if you have questions, feel free to contact me or get in contact with Mark Andy. So that was it from my side. Thank you very much for your attention.
Okay, so now it's Q&A time. So thank you to all of you that everyone decided to stay with us for this part of show. So now it's time for questions. We received a few questions. Phil, could you start with the first one?
Yeah, cool. Foil, maybe Marco can help it. With the differential shaft, you can either go up to the width of the unit, 330 millimeters, or I would assume you could run 330 millimeters worth of multiple lanes. So depending on the width of your lane, you can run as much as you can fit within that 330 millimeter width of the manual. The optimal length on a Digital Pro 3. Now, I mean, there's many variables such as coverage, number of SKUs. The best thing is really is reach out, send us your files, and we can go across and say, here is your breakpoint on digital across all the digital range versus Flexo. To take an average with the Digital Pro, you're probably looking, Lucas may be able to help you, about 1200 meters. It's going to be sort of your break length on a single SKU. With multiple SKUs, I mean, there may not be any break length. So really, I mean, we have a whole suite of costing tools. You can send us your files and we'll be able to do the costing for you, showing the break point. So some jobs may be 900 meters, some jobs may be unlimited.
Second question to Ruud, yeah?
Yeah, Domino. People are tired of hearing me talk.
So this is about the second question. What's the optimum length or the speed?
The speed on the Domino IQ.
Yeah, what's the maximum speed in high quality mode is 50 meters a minute. And if you go to the high speed mode, it's 70 meters a minute. The only limitation that you will have there is that you cannot use the white for 50 meters a minute. That is purely to do with the let's say
the curing, or
no, not really the curing, but if you're running, you want to have the white for the high density. And if you're then going on a faster speed, we don't use the big drop. So that means that you will put less ink on the material. That will not give you the white.
Okay, yeah, that makes
so
sense.
So 50 for standard jobs, including white, 70 for CMYK orange violet jobs, can go up to 70 meters.
And just to add to that, on the Evolution series side, if you have multiple Flexo units and wish to run a Flexo job, the speed is 230 meters per minute if you're not running the IQ engine or the N610.
Yeah, I just want to come back to the question you answered already about the job length. I think 1200 is a reasonable figure to mention, but in real life, in practical work that we see every day, we see also easily going jobs on hybrid system for 4,000 or 5,000 meters. So it really depends.
Absolutely,
it really depends on
coverage
the
really
coverage.
is key on inkjet. On toner, you do have the limitations because of speed. On inkjet, you have those much higher speeds. So really, it comes down to ink coverage, more so for a cost breakpoint than anything else.
Okay, so Phil, what for do we need second Corona after digital module?
It's not essential, but you know, digital traditionally was roll to roll, and so then you go to a finishing machine, which almost certainly would have a Corona, because to overprint a digital inks, toner technology, more so than inkjet, you know, it's classed as what they call an oily wet, because like with a paper with low surface tension, the adhesion is not so great. So to improve that level and give better key and scuff resistance, we added a Corona after the digital engines, especially on the inkjets. This burns off the surfactants, the oily, the silicons that have on the surface of the material, and it just means overprinting inks and stuff is a lot easier. Some inkjet jobs you'll see that are not running a Corona after the engine, you'll see like that orange film reticulation effect. So we add it pretty much as standard to most our inkjet presses.
Yeah, to be at something on that, I would definitely recommend to do that, because you can better use it, not always than missing it once, because that gives you more issues. And I think if you look at the total picture of the whole machine, pricing gets involved for the whole system. I think the Corona unit more or less will not be the biggest issue, and I definitely would recommend to put the Corona in before you start printing again.
Question regarding Cassandra press. What is the reason to have 4 flexo printing stations before digital module?
So they actually, I mean, they have 7 in total, 4 before, 3 afterwards. The reason behind this is a few reasons. There's certain specialist inks, which is not available on any digital technology. These specialist inks have to be applied flexo, and it's not just a single one, it could be multiple ones. For the longer runs, so certain larger labels, they need to be, it's 50 different SKUs, so 50 different versions, but mainly just because of the language change. So you have English, French, German, Spanish, Polish, but the actual chassis around it, so the main body of the label does not change. So to save cost really, and make the run lengths much higher, and eliminate your break point against flexo, the flexo side would run the chassis, i.e. a 4-color or a cold foil, such on oil. You buy your car oil. So we'll put down a cold foil first, 2 or 3 spot colors on top, flexo, and then the digital engine does all the different changes, the versioning, the different, the orange, the green, and the blue. So that's the reason to have so many flexo. And the last reason really as well is it enables them to sort of almost have 2 presses in one. So when they're not running the digital files or they're waiting on work, they can simply still put a flexo job on there, up to 7 colors, and run it through the machine. So it makes it an extremely versatile press. It's also one of the largest inkjet hybrids in the world. I believe Mark Andy has actually created the 2 largest inkjet hybrids in the world, one being the 13-inch 8 digital, 7 flexo, and another one has dual unwinds, 8 flexo and 7 digital. So it just shows how versatile we are in building custom presses for you.
Okay, can we have peel-off option at Digital HD and IQ as well?
Absolutely. So we can either have a rail-mounted crossover unit, you can have a standard extension module with crossover unit, or you could just run second pass. We print versioning variable data first pass, or the first design, laminate to second web, put it back through, and then you can produce a full width multi-layer, whether it's 3-ply, 5-ply, so on and so forth. But yeah, all of those options are available.
Next question to Kurt. What is the maximum speed regarding digital run?
I guess there are 2 questions.
Sorry.
First one is, what is the minimum width of a single stripe? It's 30 millimeters in width. It's the minimum width. And the maximum speed is in single images up to 80 meters per minute. If you want to make a full saving, then up to 100 meters per minute.
I think a bit of a compliment to Mark Andy digital portfolio is we have a question from Hewlett Packard, HP, or will we be able to save this video for later?
Okay, question about the automation. When smart automation will be available?
It's to be launched very soon. We're going to roll it out on the new generation presses. A lot of the data capture systems will be retrofittable to not only your Mark Andy presses, but your whole portfolio of machines, finishing equipment. At the moment, we're visiting customers, and rather than designing something and launching it to the market, we're asking the market what they want. So, we're pretty much there. The system's there, everything's ready. We finished the beta testing. We have several customers in the US and Australia running the system already. Within Europe, it's imminent on the initial phase, and it will continue over the coming years.
What is the limitation regarding units on E3 press?
So the E3 is actually available in 4 or 8 colors. If you are after odd numbers or additional units, say 7 colors, 10 colors, 12 colors, we simply just offer the E5 because each one is an individual module. But the E3 is 4 or 8 colors.
Okay, and the E3 question, is E3 available in 17-inch version?
Yes, sorry, I should have mentioned that. So it's 4 or 8 colors, and then it's 330
or 430, so 13-inch or 17-inch.
For the next question, I think that we have already answered
We
it.
already answered in single image 80 meters or up to 80 meters per minute for full saving up to 100 meters per minute.
Can you add seal screen unit to HD press?
Absolutely, yes. So we're using the Performance Series P7 print station. You can load a rotary silkscreen unit onto the press, onto the print station, or you can add it to the rail if you wish to keep that print station free. We have a number of customers using this for much longer runs with white. They still need a high density white, but they want to do the longer runs. So the silkscreen white ultimately will be cheaper than inkjet once you pass 5,000-6,000 linear meters. And for wine labels or beer labels decoration, we have a number of customers running silkscreen with a tactile varnish.
Can we have second pass with digital series and domino?
So digital series, absolutely. We have many customers running this.
Technically it's possible.
They're full servo presses with mark-to-mark registration. So
we were showing this during today's presentation because we were printing the master mark on cold foil, and digital was following the master mark from Flexos.
So that's a good point. For some presses with integration, you don't have such an advanced integration. So, second pass, you've got two separate units, communicating separately. We fully integrate, so there's full communication. So we can do Flexo to digital or digital to Flexo. And when you have that available, it means second pass is possible.
And the last question is digital the future and hybrid just an intermediate step, or does hybrid offer just the best of all technologies?
So that's a good question, actually. So, I mean, people say digital will kill off Flexo. No, it won't. They always complement each other. You're always going to have the larger runs. But what you see is the wider Flexo, the wider web, 1.5 meters, they're reducing in size. On what we call traditionally narrow web technology, your 10-inch, 13-inch, is becoming predominantly digital. So that means the Flexo side is becoming wider. Label presses, which were 10, 13-inch, are now becoming 20, 22-inch. Flexo is also moving into the flexible packaging market, which in previous years was done on your big CI presses, 1.2, 1.8 meters wide. With running shorter run lengths and more SKUs, that's moving into more the mid-web market, 660 millimeters. The two really sit alongside each other and complement each other. Hybrid itself is, it's kind of like an electric car. It's been around for a while and there's a bit of a slow start to it, but now it's gaining traction. Hybrid is becoming the future because digital historically has been roll to roll with offline finishing because that was the only technology available. Or you could potentially bring your offline finishing in line to the digital, but again, it's two different communications, encoder wheels, delays, web transport. With inkjet technology, which is much higher speeds than toner technologies, web transport is critical. So the key with the hybrid is everything is done in line at the same time. Flexo, inkjet, finishing, embellishments. So rather than go to an offline finishing machine and finding every fourth label is out of register, with this technology, everything can be done in line. And you look at other suppliers, you'll see other inkjet suppliers, they are now starting on their own products to add a Flexo before, a Flexo afterwards. So I imagine within the coming years or months, you'll see a die station. So eventually, inkjet, which I think will be the future of digital technology, will become hybrid machines.
Yeah, I agree with you, Phil. I think digital will grow more in the future. I'm not really going to say it's digital the future because it's already there and it's proven that it's reliable and that it can fulfill a lot of needs from customers. But the landscape will change, and I think it's not only from a supplier perspective that the landscape is changing. You see that also in different markets. You see a lot of considerations about companies. So we not know for sure how these companies will be organized. Will there be a few companies that will only do the long runs? They probably will have more need for Flexos. Are there companies that really focusing on short runs production? So I think it will change. I will not say one technology will replace the other, they need to be complementary, as Phil said.
Yeah.
But definitely the digital market will grow in total, but saying it's the future, yeah, I think that's too much to say because it's already there.
I mean, digital doesn't just cover the digital press. You know, the data capture is automated, it's digitalized system. We're using cloud-based. You know, the generation, modern generation, it's harder to find the workforce coming in. So everything becomes automated, it becomes digitalized from your data capture to the actual operation of the press. Closed loop systems. You know, the other day I ordered something from Amazon and it took 2 days. I was furious. I ordered something at 10 p.m. at night and it was going to arrive in 2 days' time. You know, it just shows how the current market the generation has become. Because in the past, you ordered something, if it turned up in 7 days, you were happy.
Yeah.
And that is all through the automated digitalization of our current economy and market. So digital is the future, whether it's printing, whether it's online ordering, whether it's your car. So.
Okay, thank you. So this was the last question. Thank you for all questions. And I would like to say thank you to everyone on Zoom and especially to my colleagues from Demo Room, colleagues from Domino and Quartz for a really great presentation today and yesterday. So I hope that we will see you very soon, and please follow us our social media channels. You will find there all informations, a lot of movies. So this is everything from our side. So thank you again from my side.
Just sorry, Christo, it's probably actually worth saying as well. So currently we have here the Digital Pro, the IQ, and the Digital Series. So if you wish to come out to Warsaw, we give you a one-on-one demonstration and see which product best fits your business. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.